You want to see more of the fire of God in your life? Maybe there's not enough water on the logs. That's weird, right? So Jesus was talking to the woman at the well, and he says to her, those who drink of the water that I provide will never thirst again. And then he also said to the disciples a different time when talking about casting out demons, he said they leave the person and they go wandering through dry places seeking rest. So demons don't like wet places. They like the dry places. Keep that in mind. So in 1 Kings 18, Elijah calls out the false prophets of Baal effectively to a duel on the top of the mountain, right? So in front of all of Israel, he says, you guys build an altar over here to your God and you call on him to light it, and I'll build an altar over here to the God of creation and I'll call on him to light it, and we'll see what happens. So all morning, the false prophets of Baal, they're dancing around and making a bunch of noise, and they're cutting themselves, and they're all covered in blood, calling on their God to light the fire. Nothing. And Elijah starts mocking them and says, hey, maybe your God's on vacation, or maybe you should try calling him louder in case he's asleep. So then he says to the helpers, before I call on my God, you douse this fire with 3 pitchers of water so that everyone can see what my God can do. So he calls on the God of creation, and the fire from heaven comes down and lights that fire on Elijah's altar. If you want to see more of the fire of God in your life on the altar of your heart, immerse yourself in the Word of God, the water that quenches the thirst of Jesus. Whoo, that's a good word. And be blessed. Jesus is King.